Hey guys, TG Giant here, aka Lewis, coming at you with another video. Today, all about all the different roles in Town-of-Us, specifically the crewmate roles. So sit back, enjoy, like and subscribe if you want more. Let's jump straight in.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
First up, we've got the mayor role. The mayor has a vote bank, which is the number of times they can vote. They have the option to not vote during a meeting and add that vote to their vote bank. The starting amount of votes that they have can be changed in the in-game settings, like pre-game settings, and as long as they submit their multiple votes before everyone else has voted, the mayor can use as many votes as they want from their vote bank. Basically gives them the ability, if they've got enough saved up, they can completely overturn any vote just by spamming one person with all of the votes they got. Next up, lovers. Lovers are two players that are linked together. These two players are picked up random between crewmates and imposter roles. So be warned, your teammate could actually be an imposter and you don't want them to get voted out. Your primary objective is to stay alive together. If they are both among the last three players in the end, they will win. In order to do so, they gain access to a private chat that's only visible between between meetings. However, they can win in their respective team as well. So that's most of the reason why the lovers don't know the role of the other lover. So if you're part of a lover team and you're a crewmate, you can still win with crewmates. And if you're an imposter, you can still win with imposters. Just be sure to remember, if your lover dies, you die. You will both die. So bear that in mind the next time you try and kill somebody. Sheriff. The sheriff is a crewmate that has the ability to eliminate the imposters using their kill button. Pretty straightforward and simple. Your job is to kill the imposter. However, if you screw up and you kill a crewmate or a neutral role, you're gonna die instead. So if you shoot a crewmate, not an imposter, you'll actually just shoot yourself. So bear in mind, people can kill themselves, and bear in mind, if you get your thing wrong, you will die for it. Engineer. The engineer is a crewmate that can fix sabotages from anywhere on the map, especially useful if the time is starting to run low. The engineer is also able to use vents, so remember, if you see somebody venting, they may not necessarily be the imposter. Swapper. The swapper is a crewmate that can swap the votes of two players during a meeting. All the votes of the first player will instead count towards the second player and vice versa. Very powerfully, you know who's being voted and you know this to be wrong. So literally, when you're looking at your list of crewmates in the emergency meetings or anything like that, when you're voting, your voting screen, that's what it's called. If you're looking at your voting screen, you got everybody in there, you can literally pick two people and they will swap places. The votes will stay in the same place. The Investigator. The Investigator is a crewmate that can see the footprints of other players. Every footprint disappears after a set amount of time configured by the pre-game settings. This role can not just see the footprints, but also see the colour of who the footprints belong to. It's very powerful if you can get to a body quick enough, and obviously it depends on your in-game settings. If you can change your settings so that the footprints don't show colour, the footprints don't show from vents, and how long the footprints stay for. But the way I like to play it is have the footprints on and around 5 to 10 seconds, somewhere around there. So if you can get to that body quick enough, you can see who did it and who ran off. Next up, Timelord. The Timelord is a crewmate that can rewind time and reverse the positions of all players. If enabled, any players killed during this time window will be revived. Nothing but movement and kills are effective. If enabled, the Timelord can't use vitals to make things more balanced. This one is ridiculously powerful. It was used very recently in a live stream to absolutely screw me over. I killed a player, was expecting my teammate to get the double kill, they were going for it, but the Timelord rewound time. The player got back up, because obviously they didn't die because time went backwards, and then my kill was on cooldown. I couldn't kill them again. It's only the positions, deaths and stuff like that happen. The cooldowns still carry on. So I wasn't able to kill him, so they were able to call an emergency meeting, and very obviously you're going to trust the person that died as to who killed them. So be warned, this one can be absolutely insane. Medic. The medic is a crewmate that can give any player a shield that will make them immortal until the medic dies. A shielded player cannot be shifted into, hacked or killed by anyone unless by suicide. It also means that as long as it's turned on, and depending on who your settings are set to, if somebody is shielded and they are trying to somebody attempts to kill them, either the medic or the player themselves will get a notification to say you are attempted to be killed. So therefore, if it's to the player, they'll be able to see who it is. If it's to the medic, they need to get over there quickly. But if you're trying to kill somebody and it's not killing them straight away, get away from them, because if the medic turns up, you're going to know who is actually trying to do the killing. If the medic reports a dead body, they can get a report containing clues to the killer's identity. And it can be like darker or lighter colours, or any of that sort of stuff. Depending on your settings, it can contain the name of the killer or like just the colour. Next up, Seer. The Seer is a crewmate that can reveal the roles of other players. Based on settings, the Seer can find out whether the role is good, evil or neutral, or they can just find out the name of the role itself. A player's name will change colour to their team or role. If the Seer investigates somebody, the Seer's name will change colour to inform that player who the Seer is. This one, very strong. I love playing as this one. It's almost guaranteed win if you've got this and you don't get killed. You find out who the imposter is, you just call a meeting and say, I'm the Seer, this person's the imposter or whatever. As long as your team aren't thinking that you're an executioner or anything like that, then more often than not, you'll be able to get everybody out. Don't waste it running around just randomly picking people at the start, although it is fun. Make sure that you save it when people have got suspicions so you can check those people out. Because the last thing you want is to be with it on cooldown right at the time you need it. Next up is the Child. This one's a fun one. The Child is a crewmate that cannot be killed or voted out. If that does happen, everybody loses. They also become really tiny and it's actually adorable. Spy. The Spy is a crewmate that gains more information when on admin table and vitals. On admin table, the Spy can see the colours of every person on the map. On vitals, the Spy can see how long killed bodies have been dead for. Snitch. The Snitch is a crewmate that gets arrows pointing towards the imposters once all their tasks are finished. The name of the imposter will show up as red on their screen as well. Based on game settings, the Snitch may not know who they are until they have one task left. However, when they have a single task left, the imposters actually get an arrow pointing towards the Snitch. So be warned, when you're close to knowing who the imposters are, they're probably already coming for you. Still don't know how to say this one. Altruist. The Altruist is a crewmate that is capable of reviving dead players. Upon finding a dead body, the Altruist can hit the revive button, risking sacrificing themselves for the revival of another player. If enabled, the dead body disappears so only the Altruist body is remained at the scene. After a period of time, I normally play about 10 seconds, the player will be resurrected if the revival isn't interrupted. If the revival is interrupted by a meeting or anything like that, both the Altruist and the player attempting to be revived die. They are both dead. So use that one wisely. Make sure that you're not risking anything. Thank you very much for watching, guys. That's going to do it for the crewmate roles in Town of Us. Make sure you like and subscribe for more if you want it. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know your favourite crewmate role in Town of Us. And stay tuned because soon we'll be doing the imposter roles and the neutral roles. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.